The Fragrant Lord here. I'm a lawyer by profession, but a fragrance aficionado by passion, folks. Today, I've got a very interesting video for you. I've picked up a relatively, for me anyway, new fragrance from Amouage because I've only tried it now. And this is King Blue. This is Opus 15, so it's from their Opus line. I have some of their other ones, Silver Oud, I have Tobacco Oud as well. I have a number of Amouage fragrances. So this is one that I was waiting to get my hands on and finally pulled the trigger and picked it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it up. We'll spray it and I'll give you my first impressions. I'll give you a little bit of a cheat note here that I had a tester and I did spray earlier in the day a few hours ago on a blotter, so I'm going to talk to you about my impressions from the dry down as well. So here we go with the unboxing. Beautiful presentation, as you would expect from Amouage. Very classy. It's not like one of those that you're going to have in a coffin case, but it's very efficient and it looks expensive. Sits in the case very well, folks. All right, here it is. Now, before I spray, I want to talk a bit about blue fragrances, okay? So, because we have some expectation when we get a blue fragrance. You know, I guess the consummate blue fragrance that we do talk about, we have the Chanel Bleu de Chanel. We have the various versions, the Eau de Toilette, the Eau de Perfume, and the Perfume as well. And that has sort of become sort of that prototype blue fragrance. You know, we have Dylan Blue, a designer fragrance that takes some of those notes, but also carries it with a lot of ambroxan and takes things a little bit sharper. So when one hears about a blue fragrance, you know, this is, you start to think, well, I want that freshy. There's a more of an aquatic blue note with some, you know, ambroxan in there as well, to give it a very fresh and very pleasing statement that others could smell on you. But also the thing about blue fragrances that I find, they're quite common and a lot of them are very similar. So this fragrance here, King Blue, is to take us away from that. The intention is to have a blue, somewhat of a blue fragrance, but have it in maybe a more Middle Eastern type of fragrance. You know, this is from Oman, right? So to get us away from the traditional blue to mixing it with some leathers and some ouds and give you a flavor of something that is very different, that maybe, you know, it's not your freshy, it's something that's deeper. So I think it's important not to be deceived by the word blue in every fragrance when we see it, and in particular, in this fragrance from Amouage, King Blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it on skin. All right, spray is great. It is, yeah, I am getting blue notes right off the bat, but I'm gonna talk to you about what I get after the fact, okay? So yeah, then I'm getting some oud in this as well. So the notes that here, the top notes are mandarin, blackcurrant, and pink pepper. So right off the bat, I get the pepper immediately and I get the mandarin, but it falls deeper for me almost immediately. The mid notes here are frankincense and amber. So the frankincense is going to give you, you know, is that more of a Christmassy feel, but it's going to give you sort of an incensey, little bit of a spicy note. The amber is going to give you that smooth coziness that you could take into the winter or the fall months. The base on this, so they say sandalwood, oakwood, patchouli, oud silver they call it. So I guess they're kind of replicating silver oud to a certain extent, and leather. So what do I get right now? You know, we've had a few moments here. This to me is, I don't look at this as a blue fragrance, okay? So if anybody is gonna purchase this thinking you're gonna get a top-notch blue fragrance, this is not it, because it is challenging. It will challenge you for sure, because it has a bit of that animalistic oud in it, okay? That is not for the faint of heart. It is not for everybody. If you like, you know, Bortnikov's fragrances, you like some of the your Middle Eastern vibe where the oud, you know, you have that Indian oud in it, which is a little more challenging as opposed to, for example, the Indonesian oud, then you will like this, okay? Because it is well blended. There's no question in my mind it's well blended. I just, you know, when I picked it up, I was under the impression that also that I'm going to get just fantastic blue fragrances, that it's going to be a step up everybody else's blue fragrances because it came from this beautiful, fantastic house, Amouage. Now I've got a dry down here that was sprayed, you know, probably a number of hours ago, and I'm telling you, the oud and the sandalwood really sort of take over. You always will have a bit of the fruit, okay? There's no question. You're going to have mandarin. You're going to have that blackcurrant actually, and mandarin, particularly the blackcurrant, is going to stay with you. I smell it in there. And I'm also getting it off of here, as well. But the oud is going to be dominant as well as the leather in this. And I'm not sure, in my opinion, if this is going to be a compliment getter for me. I need to obviously try it out more. I need to wear it in versatile situations. I'm heading sort of down south. I've got some things to do where, the weather's going to be very warm. I don't think I'm going to bring this. I was planning on bringing it, thinking that, okay, well, I'm going to have a classy, top-notch blue fragrance, but I think this is just too challenging for me, and I think it is better for probably the actual colder months, fall maybe, getting into winter and the evenings, and I think it is one where, you need to be a little daring when you wear this, but there's nothing, what I'm saying on this, it's not a, it is still a good fragrance, okay? It likely will get you compliments, but not in the way you're expecting. If you're expecting that, okay, if you're quite younger and you're expecting you're going to go out to a club and, oh, I've got this fresh blue fragrance on, you won't get the compliments there. Where you're going to get it is people who understand fragrances. Okay, they're going to say, this is well blended. What are you wearing, by the way? Because you're getting these nuances. You're getting the oud, which in a sort of a, the oud leather mix, which is very strong, but you're also getting the blackcurrant. So you have a really well blended fragrance. And I think where the compliments will come are from people who are a little bit older, but also who understand fragrances and maybe wear fragrances themselves. So don't wear this, I think, or, like I shouldn't say don't. You can buy whatever you want, wear whatever you want, but your expectations, I think, for fragrances such as this need to be tampered with. Look, just because it says something on the label, that might be a misnomer. It doesn't mean it's that type of fragrance. This is not a blind buy fragrance. 100% don't blind buy it. You need to try it and wear it, and it might be one that just sits so well on your skin because I know Amouage, they make well blended fragrances. They're one of my favorite houses, so it might be one that you will actually love. But 100% on this one, get a sample first, because they say King Blue, it might be King Blue Oud instead. Maybe the appropriate name should have been Blue Oud, okay? A good fragrance, a quality fragrance, a pleasing fragrance, but it has challenges to it. Don't overspray and don't expect a blue fragrance here. Nothing wrong. I will wear this. Certainly, I will not wear it on the hot days. I'll probably wear it in the fall evenings when I want people to say, hey, what are you wearing? It's so well blended. But it's not going to get, it's not going to affect me in such a way that, with the heat on you and it's going to smell sort of, skanky or too oudy. I prefer this, I think, for fall evenings or the winter. So folks, King Blue, good fragrance, but it is challenging. It likely will get you compliments, in my opinion, but not from the people who you think would normally compliment you, those who love traditional blue fragrances. So I hope I've shed some light on this fragrance from Amouage, King Blue. And I will do another review once I've had, a number of months of wearing it with it and I've had more interaction with other people and I can test out my theory that it would be more appreciated by people who understand fragrances more and who are a bit of an older crowd as opposed to a younger crowd. If you like this video, please let me know by liking and comment as well. If you have this fragrance and you've tried King Blue and you love it or you don't love it, let me know what challenges you may have had with it as well. Please follow us, and please follow us on our other social media, our other channels, Instagram and TikTok. They're doing very, very well. So I would ask that you follow me on there as well. And any comments, negative, positive, I respond to them all. All right, folks, might take me some time, but I'll get to it. Take care of yourself, folks. The Fragrant Lawyer, out.